Hello, I'm J.Creech, and I'm in Professor Coach's Biology 240 at Azusa Pacific University. Today is November 26, 2017. We are in week 4 of the course, and this week we are talking about the lymphatic system. So, the lymphatic system includes the thymus, which is important because it develops the T cells, or T lymphocytes, and they are an extremely important type of white blood cell. So the thymus is located about here on the human body, just superior to the heart. The spleen, which is a blood filter, it removes old red blood cells, and it actually holds a reserve of blood, which could come in handy if one were to experience hemorrhagic shock. So the spleen is actually attached to the stomach, and the spleen can be found approximately here on the human body, but maybe closer to the back. Dorsal to the stomach. The tonsils, everybody's familiar with the tonsils. They are two lymphatic nodes, and they are located bilaterally in the back of the throat. So they function as a defense mechanism, and their primary role is to protect the body from infection. So I've actually had my tonsils removed, but they are located in the back. If you were to open your mouth and stick out your tongue, you could probably see them next to the uvula, which hangs down in the center. Next, we're going to talk about the appendix, which is a small pouch-like sac of tissue, and it's located in the first part of the colon, in the lower right of the abdomen. So it is lymphatic tissue, and it aids in immune function. So again, the appendix can be located about approximately here on the human body. So if the appendix is inflamed, you'll know, and it usually rebound tenderness is the biggest symptom of appendicitis. Next, we're going to talk about the Peyer's patches. They are small masses of lymphatic tissue, and they are found throughout the ileum region of the small intestine. They form an important part of the immune system by monitoring intestinal bacteria populations, and they actually prevent the growth of pathogenic bacteria in the intestine. So the Peyer's patches are located inferior to the spleen, approximately here in the human body. The cervical lymph nodes are found in the neck. Cervical, as you may or may not know, the cervical spine is here in the body, and of the 800 lymph nodes that the human body contains, approximately 300 are found in the neck. So the cervical lymph nodes are what the doctor feels for inflammation in the cervical lymph nodes when you go to the doctor. The auxiliary lymph nodes are located in the armpit, and there's between 20 and 50, and they work to drain lymphatic vessels from the lateral quadrant of the chest region. So again, the auxiliary lymph nodes located in the armpit on both sides. So lymph is a clear yellowish fluid which flows through the body in one direction, similar to blood, and it is transported via the venous bloodstream, and lymph. So plasma is, once it's delivered its nutrients and removes all the debris that it can in the body, it exits the cells And so 90% of this plasma returns to the veins and circulates through the veins and continues as blood, but the remaining 10% actually becomes lymph, which is pretty watery, and it contains waste products. And this waste is protein rich because most of the proteins remain undigested as they're removed from the cells. So there isn't actually a mechanism that pumps lymph through the body. It relies on gravity or muscle movements to make its way back through the body, and it moves primarily towards the base of the neck to approximately here, near the clavicles. Passes through the lymph nodes on its way, which remove debris and pathogens. And so at the base of the neck, the cleansed lymph flows into the subclavian veins, here, clavicle, subclavian veins on either side of the neck, and it is then returned to the blood. So thank you very much for your time and attention. We'll see you next week.